I think he would admire, you know, Tyson Fury's right hand, David, don't you? Tonight, especially.
He sure would. The way he did it, the way he set it up, the way he was relaxed with it as well. He looked like he could do another 20 rounds down there. He wasn't puffing too heavy. His legs were fast. Everything was in complete control. Although he was being more aggressive and probably throwing more punches than he usually does, he did it in a calm manner. And he did, and as he said before, it's going to be educated pressure. And I've never seen a heavyweight put
calculated
pressure. It was so calculated. It was really on the money in every department. And as you can see, I'm pretty impressed.
We need to enjoy the, we all are, and we need to enjoy the present, but just one little look toward the future, please, before we close it to each of you.
I think we've all said it, haven't we, about the ultimate contest out there now would be obviously Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. That would be the real big one, and it just doesn't get any bigger than that. That's the one we all would want to see.
What could Anthony Joshua take from this performance to think, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm confident? There's not much you can take from this performance. There's not much that Deontay Wilder did successfully that you could kind of take the blueprint for.
I don't see Joshua being intimidated by it. I see Joshua personally saying, brilliant. If he's that good, I've got to be absolutely at my best. And maybe Joshua needs that at this stage in his career now.
As we saw with Andy Ruiz, he came back, and when he was back, he was against the wall. He performed out of his skin. He did exactly what he needed to do to have a shutout victory against a very tough,
but he was quite cautious
guy.
Because the stakes were so high, and that won't be good enough against Fury.
He needs to get in the right mindset. He's in the right mindset now. He's got that. Everyone has a bad night at the office. That was his bad night. He's back on track now. A fight between Fury and Anthony Joshua does not get any bigger. And for Anthony Joshua, if he wants to prove to the world that he's the number one, then there's only one fight to play. And the same thing with Fury. If he wants to prove that he's number one, he believes he's done it tonight. Many people will believe he has, but he's still someone who has the WBA, WO, and IBF titles. So there's a little bit of work left, a few more titles to gather up before you can officially put the number one ranking up there for yourself.
You know, tactically, AJ against Ruiz, second time, he got it totally correct. Rob McCracken had a big hand in that. Very, very good display indeed. He's a bigger version of Wilder and very powerful indeed. So, yeah, it's the contest. It's a 50-50. It's the one that we'd all want to see. It's got to be a Wembley Stadium, I would say, you know, outdoors in the summer sometime. That would be the one for everyone, I think.
And as we stand here tonight, who is the number one now? You knew that was coming, Richie. Don't pretend you didn't.
Yeah, well, listen, like I've said, it's a 50-50 fight. Tyson Fury has proved a lot of people wrong here tonight. It's the ultimate victory, beat him in the way he did. Anthony Joshua has redeemed himself in that performance against Ruiz. Listen, it's anybody's. There'll be lots of Anthony Joshua fans that will fancy Joshua, lots of Tyson. It's literally a 50-50.
As we stand tonight, because there's lots of variables, injuries, etc., who is the number one, David?
On current form, you have to say Fury. You know, Fury has never lost a fight for starters, and he's beaten by far the best opponent than any of them have fought in Deontay Wilder, who's the WBC champion. So he beat a long reigning WBC champion. So I believe, you know, you have to go with the goes unbeaten. And so that's why I believe Anthony Joshua will want this fight, because it's the chance for him to get that official number one. He's number one in terms of he's got the WBA and IBF titles. Great. But, you know, you need to have that lineal. You need to become number one, or at least try to become number one. And it's so nice that we've got a British fighter, so that makes it so much easier to make that fight happen. It's a fight everybody has to see. Everyone wants to see it. I'm sure Tyson will be gagging for that one. But I can tell you one thing. Anthony Joshua is significantly more well-rounded than Deontay Wilder is. He's not that guy. He's not a one-trick pony. He can box. He proved last time against Andy Ruiz. He can box. He can punch. He can mix it up. It's such a good fight, and I think it's a 50-50 fight. If you look on the records, maybe slightly edge it towards Fury, but you have to see it. This fight has to happen.
I wonder if that is Anthony Joshua on the phone, but maybe more likely it's Dad, isn't it?